Welcome to Cooking with Fire. What do you have a taste for? What do you have a taste for? What do you have a taste for? Cooking with fire, what's your desire? Let me make you some good to eat. It be so good you'll fall asleep. Now you're cooking with fire, elevating dishes higher. Let me fix you some good and sweet. I'll put a wiggle in your feet. I can go savory or sweet, no matter what we gon' eat. What's up, what's up, what's up? Here we have another episode, okay? Listen, I've discovered that sweet potatoes, yams, they go and pair with so many different things. So today, I saw this new recipe, okay? And it's with beets. And I've been wondering, what can I do with beets? What can we do besides pickled beets? I'm just not doing them. But I know that they are so good and so healthy for us, right? Yams, sweet potatoes have so much in it for us. So I went out and I've tasted. I had a friend that paired the beets and the yams, and then I went out again and I did the yams and the Brussels sprouts. Well, I'll do those next. But right now we have yams, beets, and even pears. So I will be doing two separate recipes with it. One will be a savory and one will be a sweet combination, okay? So let's get started. So what we're going to do first is we toss our beets. We're going to put our beets on the pan. What they say, so what we're going to do is a little bit of seasoning there. Take a little bit of onions. I will be dividing all of these. This is some purple, or we'll say red onions, and garlic in there. Okay, we got some ginger soaking in there that I'm going to be dividing between both of them. And this ginger has been soaking in honey. Okay, it's been soaking in honey. So we're going to put that all in there. So what we're going to do, and then we're going to do 2 teaspoons, of what I'm doing is I'm using, I don't know if any of you heard of this, but this is ghee. This is clarified butter. Okay? The purest, the best for the body. All right, so that's what I will be using, and on this, and for my butter rise as far as tossing it. And so that's what it says for us to do is to toss. So we're gonna put these beets in. We're gonna toss all that goodness in here and that oil, and we're gonna spread these out on parchment paper, and we're gonna get this started in the oven. Okay. Get that spread out. Make sure everything is mixed together really good. I'm gonna find a recipe for lettuce too, because I get a whole bunch of lettuce. So right now the oven is on. It is 400 degrees is what they say. The oven is on. It's been on and it is warmed up. Okay. So we're going to toss these in the oven. All right. That's the first one. Okay. Those will be in there for 15 minutes. So that's what we'll do with the first one when that comes out. In the meantime, we will be doing the yams with this one. And it says for us to, this one here, we're going to toss that with some pears. Believe it or not, we're using pears with this one, okay? Which is interesting. So again, we will toss this with some ghee. Again, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of that over this. All right. Going to get that tossed in together. So and the ginger is with that one, and this one is with this one. So because this is going to be a savory one, I'm going to put some onions in with this one. They'll be tossed. Now this is thyme and some basil. I probably said that wrong. And so with these, it still requires a little seasoning. This is my 2-salt blend, and I'm using a half a teaspoon. I'm just eyeballing it. I apologize, but we're using a half a teaspoon. This is Himalayan sea salt mixed with iodine. Okay, and so we have pink Himalayan and sea salt, and then mixed with some iodine. This one here, iodine. So this is my 3 blend of smoked paprika, and we're just going to use like 1/8 of a teaspoon of that one, okay? Smoked paprika, regular paprika, and turmeric. I don't cook without those 3. Over here, we have a blend of onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper, okay? So a lot of people don't understand, but cooking with roots and potatoes is really good for you. Really, really good. So we're going to set this. Now this is going to be, believe it or not, the savory one, even with the pears. Okay? More on the savory side. And so we're going to let that one sit right there. Mix this up really good. Alright? So we're going to wait, and that one is going to get blended after the beets that are in here for 15 minutes. Okay? And which I need to do is set my timer. And I believe they've been in there 3, so we're going to set that -3. Okay? So we'll know when to add this portion for that one. What we're going to do now is get started on our sweet one, okay? So this one here is going to be our sweet one, which will be mixed with, I have 1 cup of the ghee butter, and I have 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup in here. This is what we're going to do with these, okay? So I saw 2 recipes, and I just like, I need to do both of them. I've just cut them up, and it's enough to try both of them. So on this one, it says for us to, well, actually, it just says mix both of these at the same time. Okay? So we're going to mix both of those at the same time. We're going to definitely, of course, coat these again with our ghee. And I'm going to use 3, 4 of them is what I'm going to use, okay? Now, with these, as we toss and mix those, we add the ginger that has been soaking in the maple. I am going to sprinkle it with some cinnamon. That wasn't in the recipe. I just wanted to do that one, okay? So then we're going to mix these. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Look at the colors. One of the things about cooking with food that is, you can tell it's rich in everything that you need because of its color. So this is supposed to be like a sweet way of doing it, okay? So then we bake these. I think I want to put a little bit more butter. So these get baked together, and when these get done, then we pour the maple syrup over these. So it does require some seasonings, but I'm going to use some of the thyme. Well, the rest of the thyme and the basil mix here for that one there. And I don't know if I want to put anything else on those. I guess I do, lightly. You know, they've got some sweet and savory, but we're going to do a little bit that way. But this one, we're going to put these in, okay? Now, these are going to take 30. And actually, these other ones that I just put in, I can't remember. Okay, yeah, we need this. So what we're going to do is need some time here. So give us some time here. Be back here in about 15 minutes. So we will do the first one. The other one is going to take about 30 minutes. So see you in 15. All right. The first ones are ready to come out of the oven. So what we do now, as a rule of thumb, they say, so I'm going to put this down here because it's going to be pretty hot. So we have to add this to it, and we put them back in the oven. Okay? So now we're going to, let me get something here. So now we're going to mix this pears and the sweet potatoes and the onions and everything else. And that alarm a little slow. Anyway, I don't know what the purpose was not being able to cook them all together, but I'm going to do what it says do. And now, I think maybe because the beets are thicker, it's a root, and the potato probably will cook a lot faster. So let me get this all mixed all in really good. Isn't that pretty though? Look at the colors of this. I probably could have got a larger pan, but that's alright. I'm gonna try to get this as flat as I can. I have to. Okay, I'll see why they go back in. So they needed a head start. They needed a 15-minute head start. So I get it, because they're still very, very hard. I get it. All right. So now we put this in. Ooh. We're going to put this in for, everything don't need to go in. Anyway, we got another 20 minutes for this, okay? So we're going to put this back in for another 20 minutes. 25, 30 minutes, I believe, actually. So the other one still needs another 17 minutes. And so I will see you back in 17. What's up, what's up? Okay, they are ready. All right, one side has the pears in it. We're going to call in Jordan. I was going to say Jerome. I miss my other son. I talked to him earlier. So anyway, we're going to call in the cameraman. Come on in, Jordan. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see how this all turned out, okay? Pretty excited. So this side over here, hey, we have pears mixed with the sweet potatoes and the beets and everything. And this one, there's nothing mixed except for it's sweet. It has the maple syrup over it. I didn't use the Glee and the, you're supposed to, the clarified butter and 2 tablespoons of the maple syrup, but I don't like all that butter. I just couldn't do it. I did it and prepared it, tasted. I'm just not a butter person. So all I did was sprinkle that with some maple syrup without the butter. Okay, it just was too much. All right, so let's, oh, you know what I didn't do? Is get us some serving spoons. So here, I'm gonna grab me some off of both sides. Okay, here you go. That's a lot of roots and potatoes. You know, beets are a root. They are roots. And so when you eat, even the more roots that you can put in your diet and eat, the much more better it will be for you for sure. So, but anyway, I read all these different recipes and I'm like, what? I could do at least 2 of them. All right. So I want to taste the sweet one first. That's good.
Oh yeah.
That's good. They say this is a good replace for like holiday dishes. You know, Thanksgiving. See, that'll make you want to eat your beets. That'll make me want to eat my beets. I've always heard how good beets are. A lot of people like pickled beets. I've just never been into them. If anything, I'll eat them like, you know, raw. But this is good. This is good.
Oh yeah.
Now we'll go for the one with the pears and all the onions and ginger and all that stuff. Taste the thyme is savory and sweet.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. I think it's because of the thyme we're not used to that particular seasoning. But of course we're used to the one that's sweet. It's just like regular yams, and these beets mixed with it. It's good. There you have it. We got a lot to work with.
Indeed.
Made up a lot more than what I thought.
Yeah.
And you know what? This was only with 2 sweet potatoes, yams. And I had the tiny beets. So I did about 6 of them. So I think just 1 yam and probably 3 beets, depending on the size, is all that's needed. I think this recipe must have been for a large.
Well, she have said the serving size.
You didn't
rate it.
Well, you know. I mean, it beats like that sometimes. I'm saying.
No, yeah, I read the serving size.
Well, you know.
There's clearly above 2 people.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, please, and hit the bell for notifications so when we do upload, it will notify you. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Beets, sweet potatoes, or either beets, sweet potatoes, and pears. Did you taste some pears in there?
Yes.
They're good. You know what? The pears probably would have been good in there. You can do it any kind of way.
Beets, Battlestar Galactica.
He's spreading the black joy. See ya. Subscribe. Click like. Subscribe. Click that like. Cooking with fire. What's your desire? Let me make you some good to eat. It be so good you'll fall asleep. Now you're cooking with fire, elevating dishes higher. Let me fix you something sweet.